Order! Order! You are an incorrigible delinquent at times. Behave yourself, man!
Tomorrow, David Cameron will extend a warm welcome to another leader with a questionable record on human rights, General Sisi of Egypt. Critics accuse the government of prioritising security and business links over the treatment of individuals. Here's our international editor, Lindsay Hilsum.
The Prime Minister welcomed the President of Kazakhstan today. The red carpet rolled out for an autocrat criticised for human rights abuse. Tomorrow there'll be another. President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi of Egypt, seen here mourning the dead from Saturday's Russian plane crash, will be a controversial guest of the government.
He is being invited by Prime Minister Cameron to visit this country. Contrary to all the values that we uphold here, there are over 40,000 political prisoners in Egypt. Thousands have died over the last 2.5 years. Torture is rife in prisons. Women and men are abused and raped and tortured in prison.
Happy days. In 2011, after the Arab Spring uprising, the Prime Minister went walkabout in Tahrir Square.
Hi, how are you doing? Good to see you. Very smart, your flags.
And talked of Britain's support for democracy in Egypt.
It was a great opportunity to meet with some of the young people who are involved in those extraordinary scenes in Tahrir Square and who want real change and real freedom here in Egypt.
2 years later, Field Marshal Sisi led a coup to overthrow the democratically elected but chaotic Muslim Brotherhood government. In August, with great fanfare, President Sisi opened a major extension of the Suez Canal. He stood for election last year, so democracy is theoretically restored. But he presides over arguably the most authoritarian regime in the history of modern Egypt. No matter, Britain is Egypt's largest foreign direct investor. Among the many UK firms doing business in Egypt are oil and gas multinationals BP and Shell, the communications company Vodafone, Barclays and HSBC Bank, manufacturer Unilever and the pharmaceutical companies GlaxoSmithKline and AstraZeneca. Islamic State has a branch in Egypt's Sinai. These days, the British government seems to believe that an old-fashioned strongman is better for security than a democratic revolution. But Britain might demur at the Egyptian government's definition of a terrorist. Peter Grester, the Al Jazeera journalist, has been released from prison, but is still, along with 6 colleagues, officially a convicted terrorist under Egyptian law.
We need to get these charges removed from our record. We need to have the threat of an arrest lifted, so that it sends a very clear message that Egypt is in fact committed to freedom of speech, and it also takes away that sort of Damocles that's hanging not only over our heads, but over the heads of every journalist that's working in Egypt at the moment.
Last month, the government entertained President Xi Jinping of China, another autocratic leader dangling investment opportunities. National security and prosperity, not democracy or human rights, are Britain's stated priorities in the world now. President Sisi of Egypt is just the latest to benefit.
Lindsay Hilsum.